The role of mystery. The mystery lies in the interplay of these factors. Was there a tipping point? Or was it the cumulative effect of multiple crises over centuries? Furthermore, why did the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, survive for nearly another 1,000 years, while the Western Empire fell? Historians continue to debate whether Rome fell due to internal decline, external pressures, or an inevitable cycle of empires. The fall of Rome remains a complex puzzle, embodying a mix of human agency, environmental factors, and historical inevitabilities. Political instability and corruption. The Roman Empire was plagued by chronic political instability, particularly in the later centuries. The rapid turnover of emperors, many of whom ruled for only a few years or even months, undermined governance. From 235 to 284 AD, during the crisis of the 3rd century, there were over 20 emperors, most of whom met violent ends. The Praetorian Guard, originally intended to protect the emperor, became a power broker, often assassinating emperors and selling the throne to the highest bidder. Corruption further eroded trust in the government. Local officials exploited their positions for personal gain, while the central government became increasingly disconnected from the provinces. As loyalty to Rome diminished, regional leaders often acted autonomously, weakening the unity of the empire. Economic decline. Rome's economic decline was multifaceted. Heavy taxation burdened both the wealthy and the poor, leading to widespread discontent. The reliance on slave labor stifled technological innovation, as there was little incentive to develop labor-saving tools. The empire's economy was also heavily dependent on conquest. As expansion slowed and eventually ceased, Rome lost access to new sources of wealth and labor. Inflation was another critical issue. To fund its military and administrative costs, the empire debased its currency by reducing the silver content in coins. This led to a loss of confidence in the Roman currency, further destabilizing the economy. Trade disruptions caused by barbarian incursions and piracy compounded these issues, particularly in the western provinces. Military weakness. Rome's military was once its greatest strength, but over time it became a liability. Recruitment challenges forced the empire to rely on foreign mercenaries, who were often less loyal to Rome and more interested in their own gain. These mercenaries sometimes turned against their Roman employers, as seen with Alaric, the Visigoth leader who sacked Rome in 410 AD. Key defeats, such as the Battle of Adrianople in 378 AD, highlighted the vulnerability of Roman forces. In this battle, the Roman army suffered a catastrophic loss to the Visigoths, marking a turning point in the empire's ability to defend its borders. The Western Empire, in particular, struggled to field adequate armies, leaving its territories exposed to invasions. Barbarian invasions. Barbarian invasions were a significant external pressure on the empire. Germanic tribes, such as the Visigoths, Vandals, and Ostrogoths, had long been in contact with Rome, often serving as allies or foederati. Federated tribes granted land in exchange for military service. However, as pressure from the Huns pushed these tribes into Roman territory, conflicts erupted. The Visigoths famously sacked Rome in 410 AD, shocking the ancient world. Later, the Vandals crossed into North Africa, taking control of vital grain supplies and sacking Rome again in 455 AD. In 476 AD, Odoacer, a Germanic leader, deposed the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, marking the symbolic end of the Western Roman Empire. Decline of urban centers. Urban centers were the heart of Roman civilization, serving as hubs of administration, culture, and commerce. However, many cities in the Western Empire fell into decline as resources were redirected to military defense. Public works, such as aqueducts and roads, were neglected, leading to deteriorating infrastructure. The ruralization of the population further weakened cities. As invasions made urban life dangerous, many people fled to the countryside. This shift reduced the tax base and undermined the empire's administrative structure. By the time of the fall, many cities were mere shadows of their former selves. Environmental and health factors. Environmental and health challenges also played a role in Rome's decline. Climate change may have contributed to agricultural difficulties, as cooler temperatures and erratic weather patterns reduced crop yields. This would have exacerbated food shortages and increased tensions within the empire. Epidemics further weakened the population. The Antonine Plague, 165 to 180 AD, and the Cyprian Plague, 249 to 262 AD, killed millions, including soldiers, which diminished Rome's military and economic capacity. These health crises likely contributed to a sense of despair and a loss of confidence in the government. Cultural and religious changes. The rise of Christianity fundamentally altered Roman society. Before its adoption, the Roman state was deeply tied to traditional polytheistic worship and the imperial cult, which reinforced loyalty to the emperor. Christianity, with its focus on a higher spiritual authority, challenged these traditions. Under Emperor Constantine, Christianity became a unifying force, but it also diverted resources and attention away from traditional Roman values. Additionally, theological disputes, such as the Arian controversy, created divisions within the empire. While some argue that Christianity weakened the empire, others suggest it provided a moral and spiritual foundation that helped the Eastern Roman Empire survive. Overextension and complexity. The vast size of the Roman Empire made it increasingly difficult to manage. At its height, the empire stretched from Britain to North Africa and from Spain to the Middle East. This vast territory required immense resources to govern and defend. The division of the empire into East and West under Emperor Diocletian was an attempt to address this issue, but it also created competing centers of power. The Western Empire, with its less developed economy and more exposed borders, struggled to meet the challenges of governance and defense. In contrast, the Eastern Empire, with its wealthier cities like Constantinople, was better equipped to survive. Why the mystery? The fall of Rome is a mystery because it defies a simple explanation. It was not a sudden event, but a gradual process spanning centuries. Some historians view it as a transformation rather than a collapse, as many Roman institutions continued in the Byzantine Empire and influenced medieval Europe. The key question remains: was the fall inevitable, or could Rome have survived with better leadership or different decisions? This enduring mystery continues to captivate scholars and the public alike, offering lessons about the rise and fall of great powers.